I became a Christian in 1996 when a dear friend of mine tragically died in a car accident and suffered a severe brain injury. And through that tragedy, the Lord used her church and her pastor to share the gospel with me and several young people in my community. And the Lord made me aware of the reality that I was mortal because my friend was only 17. She was tragically injured and died. And I knew as a 17-year-old kid that young people can die too. But most importantly, he made me aware of the fact that I was a sinner separated from God and I needed to trust in Jesus by faith. So, roughly around 1996 in April, the Lord converted me through that tragedy. Prior to that, I heard the gospel several times from a Christian baseball coach and some other folks, but I think the signature moment for me was the death of my friend and the experience of seeing her family of faith, both in her church and also her actual family, living faithful lives for Jesus in the midst of great tragedy. I originally went to seminary to be a pastor. I wanted to go to a school that I thought would give me the best biblical and theological education so I can go out and, Lord willing, plant or pastor a multi-ethnic, multicultural church in an urban context. But as I was journeying through seminary, I came to the end of my master's degree, and I was only 25 years old, and my wife and I didn't have any children. And not a lot of congregations were wanting to hire a 25-year-old kid without any kids. So I had to do something with my life. So I did another master's degree. And during that master's degree, that second master's degree, I was a teaching assistant for one of the professors at the seminary. And when I taught for the first time in the classroom for him, I thought maybe the Lord is not opening up doors to be a pastor because he's leading me into an academic ministry. And I taught a few more times for him and just absolutely loved it and knew that that was what God was leading me to do. So after my master's of theology, I pursued a PhD in New Testament with an area of Old Testament Hebrew. And after I graduated with my PhD, I taught for 5 years at a university. And then the Lord supernaturally worked it out for me to become a professor at the seminary, which was always my desire. After I got my PhD, I always wanted to be a seminary professor, to have a small role in training young people who were going into all sorts of ministries. But the means by which the Lord brought me to teach at a seminary was bringing me initially to the seminary to pursue theological training to be a pastor, and then showing me while I was there through various circumstances that I have a heart both for the academy and also for the church. And he provided numerous opportunities for me to work those two callings out.